Hello, hi, good evening everyone, good evening. Well, silver, what can I say? I believe that May 2025 we're going to see a price explosion regarding the bigger percentage gains than gold regarding silver. So today really is to really talk to you about silver's potential in May 2025. So what it may do, well, it may outperform gold percentage wise, and I'm going to discuss with you in real time about some stacking strategies that you can use, and also some of the drives that are happening now, for example. So welcome everyone, I'm Christine, and tonight live it is all about something massive. I believe that the coming for silver is here. For example, we all seen gold climb, right? We've all seen it, but silver, it's lining up for a percentage explosion this May 2025. The signs are here. This is a, how can I say it, once in a lifetime opportunity. This opportunity is a once in a 300-year opportunity, basically. And what I really want to talk to you about is really raising some awareness now. Did you know that if you was to buy 1 ounce of gold, for example, it would cost you round about 3,200. It's currently at the moment, for example. Now imagine you would have to buy 100 ounces of silver to have the same equivalent, for example. And this is why I'm saying that this is an opportunity. It's affordable. It is going to be something that is happening now already. It is something that we cannot live without, silver I'm referring to here. So imagine medical is needed, solar panels it's needed for, it is needed in a lot of ways in our everyday life. Even in the medical trade industry, it is needed for most things in our lives, like electric vehicles, for example, which is going to become law once 2030 comes along, for example. So today I want to talk to you more about this massive opportunity. So like I said, we've seen gold climb, and now I believe it's silver's turn. Silver is coming. It's like silver's coming round the mountain, if you know what I mean. So why do I think that silver may explode in 2025 in May, for example? Well, historically, when gold cools and the gold to silver ratio exceeds 80 to 1, silver outperforms gold by 2 to 3x. For example, it's going to 2-3x, for example. So we are in the pattern again. And like I say, that there's always a pattern here in silver and gold. It's a history. There's a pattern. There's a history there. Now, just like in 2011 and also 1970s, there was the silver boom, for example. Economic tensions, inflation and recession fears are driving safe haven demands. This is why we're all looking to this, because of the fiat currency. Globally, everybody is looking for other aspects rather than relying on currency, for example. Now, silver industry, for example, the industrial demand, i.e. electronic vehicles, solar panels, green tech, is all that is it's a all-time high right now. This is what is really pushing the silver demand, because there's not enough silver to actually meet the demand. So like, for example, I've mentioned to you that the silver mines, they said that globally in 20 years time that they're going to run out of silver. So what do you think that means for silver? And yes, I love gold, don't get me wrong, but I really do love silver as well. So let's go into that a bit more, for example, right now. So I'm going to talk to you about Michael Oliver. Amazing analysis. He really talks about this in real depth, for example. So silver has just set up a structural for a breakout. The chart behavior is not just random, it is happening, for example. So I'm going to talk to you about the gold versus silver comparison, for example. So May 2025, gold is 3,300, for example, whereas silver is $33 per ounce. So I'm going to say that again. Gold is $3,300 for an ounce, whereas with silver is $33 per ounce. Now, imagine that if you was to purchase that amount of silver, you would end up with a lot of silver coins, for example. To spend 3,300, for example, on silver, you would have to buy 100 ounces, for example. Now, let's look at the change, the percentage wise. So gold, there is a plus 6.5% change, whereas with silver, there is a plus 13.2%. So you can see that it's double. So that's why I believe that silver is outperforming gold right now because of the percentage wise, for example. So let's look at the access right. So with regards to gold, it is less affordable because it's expensive, right? Not everyone has got $3,300, for example, for 1 ounce of gold, for example. Whereas with silver, it is affordable at all levels. For example, $33 for 1 ounce. Now, let's look at the let's look at the industry need. I'm just going to drink my water. 1 second. Apologies for that. Now, with industrial use, it is limited, for example, whereas with silver, it's high demand. So let's look at the affordability factor. So I've got a tickle in my throat. Silver is still within reach for new stackers. So you can get into the game with just $30, for example. Whereas with gold, it's more expensive and it's out of reach for many people, for beginners, for example. Now, that's not to say that you can't get gold at some point, but buy silver until you can afford to buy some gold, for example. You could do it that way. That way you're still stacking, you're still building your wealth, for example. Now, affordability factor, like I said, silver, $30, you can't beat it. Look, and I'll tell you something. I got this coin for $34, for example, okay, and I've trebled what I paid for example. So that's just giving you a good idea, for example, with regards to silver. You can get some surprises. Now that is a bullion mint coin and there's about 15,000 available worldwide. So it is like a collector's type of coin, for example, silver coin, 1 ounce. But gold is expensive, like I said, and it's out of reach for a lot of beginners. So let's look at the economic stresses, for example. So US Fed, for example, they're quietly printing again dollars, just keep printing that money, and it's causing dollar instability. We can't pretend, we can't brush things under the carpet and hope it's going to go away, because it's not going away. We are seeing this in our everyday life. When we go to the supermarkets, when we go shopping, we're seeing that things are increasing in price, for example. So banks are tightening up credit right now, so confidence is falling. For example, the central banks are hoarding gold. Yes, they are hoarding gold. They are buying gold and silver in tons, not ounces, but actually in tons. Lorry loads, that's what I mean, van loads. So if they're doing that, what do you think that means? They're buying gold and silver by the tons. So if fiat weakens, for example, further, silver could become the new people gold. It's the people gold. Silver is the people gold because it's achievable, for example. Silver is up whilst the stock market shows instability. Now, silver is gone down a very small percentage, okay? Gold has gone down a bit, but it's still holding its own, and it still stands the test of time, for example. So I believe in both gold and silver, don't get me wrong, but like I said, silver is the people's gold, for example. Okay, so let me go further into May 2025 strategy here. So I'm stacking 1 ounce coins, junk silver, low, premium bars, for example. And why am I doing that? Silver is under $35. It is a steal with 3x potential. I showed you that coin, for example, which I believe I have 3x my potential. So watch the gold to silver ratio daily. That's one of the things that you must do. Now, I am coming on here daily anyway, talking about gold and silver. And if it drops under 70, silver breakout may be underway, for example. So what I want you to do is to join me on my journey and download my free stacker. I've got a 10-year stacker here. Join me. I'm going to be hosting gold, silver stacking parties. And I want to be able to show you how you can do the same, for example, buying scrap gold and silver jewelry. It is amazing. I did it in 2007, for example. I was hosting gold parties in the UK at the time, for example, and I was buying broken jewelry. I was buying, the odd earring, for example. People would host a party and I would show up with my scales, my acid tests, my testers, my eye loops, my spot prices for the day, and I would come out with jewelry. Even though it was broken, it was still gold or silver, for example. So for me, that worked really well. I then was able to turn that into gold and silver bars. I was able to take it to a refinery and they smelted down the gold and silver and turned them into real gold and silver bars. And that increased as well. But what was the amazing thing is that I brought the gold and silver for 30% less than what the spot price was, because it was broken jewelry. It was someone that had one earring that was missing the second earring. It was someone that had a broken piece of jewelry that was no good to them, for example. So it was a steal, for example. So what I want you to do is to really look at how you can do the same thing. So I'll be showing you real buying tips and also trips to refineries as well. And I'll be teaching you how to stack on a budget, because at the end of the day, everybody's on a budget right now. Apart from if you're very, very wealthy, for example. I'm hearing some really sad stories that people have had to put off their retirement this year because they lost a lot of well, the stock market had lost some of their retirement, so they're having to work for a whole year again to make up for the loss that they would have had from starting their retirement this year, for example. Can you imagine how you must be feeling right now? And if that's you, I feel terribly for you. And that's why it's so important for me to talk to you here about how you can stack gold and silver, building wealth slowly over a 5-10 year period, for example, because it will stand the test of time, for example. But now is the buying opportunity with silver because it's so low. This is the best price to get it at whilst it is at a low price before it explodes, for example. So what I'd like to know is, are you currently stacking silver and gold? Will you be stacking silver and gold this May, for example? What's your ounce goal this month? I'd love to hear your comments here. And do you believe that silver will reach $100 per ounce? I do. I truly believe that. So put the comments here, for example. But don't forget to download my free stacking guide and also my May tracker as well. The link, I'm going to also pin that to the comments after this video as well. Also check out my silver calculator. I'm also going to be providing some exclusive tips as well. And I just want to say thank you so much for joining me tonight. And if you found this helpful and you found it valuable, then please do like the video, subscribe and hit the bell, and join me tomorrow's live, because what I want to talk to you about is, I've already showed you and I've spoken about this, will gold return to the global monetary standard? But I'm going to be doing a live as well. Let's save time. I'll be providing that video, the live video tomorrow at the same time, for example, same place. Let's stack together. And I'm looking forward to speaking with you all soon. And please do comment, like I said, comment, let me know, are you stacking currently at the moment? Is this something that you're going to start doing? Maybe you're a beginner. You know, maybe it's something that you've never thought of before, but because of the economic situation that we're all facing currently at the moment, uncertainty, then you're maybe thinking of doing this now. Maybe you've been doing this for 10 years or more, because I've been speaking to a lot of people that's been doing it for a very long time, for example. So like I started 2007, I'm going back to this because I know that it works and it does create value. It's about building wealth, for example. So join me tomorrow for my next live, for example. I hope that you've enjoyed today, and I look forward to speaking with you all soon. Thank you so much for your subscribing and your likes as well as your comments. Don't forget to download the free stacker and also the guide as well, and the May gold stacker as well. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.